Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
We have some breaking news today. There was a shooting south of downtown Lincoln. The shooting happened around 2:30 this afternoon near 19th and G. As I understand it, law enforcement, they're briefing reporters on the scene with the very latest. Let's go to that right now. I believe Sheriff Terry Wagner is speaking.
Talking to witnesses, conducting the on-scene investigation, and trying to determine the sequence of events a lot more detailed than what we know right now.
What factors will you be looking at to determine if the shooting was justified or just what happened?
Well, as in any investigation, we talk to witnesses, conduct a forensic analysis of the crime scene. You might have seen that we have an unmanned aerial system in the air now to photograph the crime scene so that we can get a good view of what occurred. We have other technologies here and available to help try to recreate that scene to determine what exactly happened.
Was the vehicle on the street or was it in the parking lot behind the apartment building?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Also, do you know if the NSP officer was wearing a body camera at the time?
I don't know the answer to that question either, sorry.
How seriously do your deputies take this when there's an investigation like this? Obviously, it's not every day that an officer uses deadly force.
Well, it's very serious. It's serious and different than a normal shooting investigation. So, our role here is to determine what happened, present that evidence to the county attorney's office, and have them make a determination whether that's justified or not.
Do you know exactly how long this investigation may take?
Oh gosh.
Or kind of a range?
I would guess investigators will be here on scene probably until early AM hours tomorrow. That was nice. Any other questions?
Could you repeat the last question? Just how long do you expect the officers to be out on the scene here?
Just looking at the scene and the complexity of these things, I would expect it'll be the early morning hours of Thanksgiving before they're completed with their scene investigation here. That doesn't mean the investigation's done by any means. Interviews, analysis of any body-worn camera, if there is any camera footage from patrol cars, if there is any other surveillance video that we might be able to obtain. So there are a lot of factors involved. The on-scene portion will probably be done in early AM hours.
And I just want to triple check here. The officer that fired that shot is now been put on administrative leave.
I believe that's what Colonel Bolduc said. So that's, the way these investigations, there's a investigation in the shooting by an outside agency, and then there's an internal investigation by the agency that employs the officer. So that would be a question for Colonel Bolduc.
Sheriff, do you know when more information will be available, like the name of the person shot and his condition, his current condition?
I would not expect us to do a briefing tomorrow. We may just send out an email update.
And are any residents that are in this apartment that may need to leave or come in, are they able to do so?
I don't know the answer to that question. I'm sure we'll get their name and phone number and address, and then we can contact them later.
Would you believe there's any threat to the public at this time around this area?
No, there were the suspect that was shot was the only person that we're aware of that was armed.
Do we know if the struggle was over the gun, or was he going for the gun and then when the trooper?
That's my understanding, is that there was a struggle over the gun.
And was a woman involved too somehow? One of the neighbors here thought there was kind of a scuffle.
My information is that the man was alone.
Oh, okay.
But very preliminary.
Yep.
I could be wrong on that.
Do you know, was he in a vehicle at the time of this?
He was in a vehicle when he was contacted. I think the struggle occurred outside of the vehicle.
Do we know if he was legally able to own the gun, or is it an illegal firearm?
I have no idea at this point.
Okay.
That's one of those things we'll work to determine.
Do we know the connection with this apartment building? Did he live here, or?
We don't know that yet either.
Okay. But they were coming here to look into the tip. Is that, or were they looking?
They were following up on a Crime Stoppers report, and I'm not exactly sure what that report, what that entailed. I don't know that information.
To him versus
Correct. I don't know. Yes.
And it was the Lincoln-Lancaster County Task Force?
It's the Lincoln-Lancaster County Narcotics Task Force, correct.
How many people are on the task force?
A bunch.
Okay. It's not critical.
Okay, 15-ish, but I'm not sure.
Do we know what the tip was? What kind of?
All right, that's Sheriff Terry Wagner updating the media there at the scene at 19th and G. I know we kind of jumped into that, so let me go back real quickly here and tell you what we know from officials of what happened. Colonel Bolduc, but the State Patrol also briefed the media a little bit ago. So apparently, as you heard the sheriff say there, based on a Crime Stoppers tip, they were looking for a suspect. They apparently found that suspect near 19th and G. A struggle ensued. The investigator with the State Patrol who was on the scene discovered that the suspect had a gun, apparently, and the struggle ensued, and the State Patrol investigator fired at least one shot towards the man and was hit. That person is now in the hospital receiving medical care. Alexis Koneski is there on the scene. You may have heard her ask a couple questions. We'll have the latest from her coming up at 6 o'clock. All right, now to the trial of the three men charged with killing Ahmaud Arbery. The jury deliberating for a little more than 11 hours, finding them all guilty of murder today. ABC's Morgan Norwood is in Georgia with the latest.
In a case at the center of a nationwide outcry for racial justice, the jury reaching a verdict in the murder trial of the three white men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery, an unarmed black man.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, guilty.
Travis McMichael guilty on all charges. Gregory McMichael was not guilty of malice murder, but guilty on all of the other charges. William Roddy Bryan Jr. is not guilty of malice murder and one of the felony murder charges, but guilty on 3 other charges, along with assault outside the courtroom.
Even though we are clapping and we are cheering and we applaud, Wanda and Marcus still are devastated because they're missing Ahmaud.
Yes. For weeks, the jury hearing testimony and watching the dramatic cell phone video at the center of this case. Hours into deliberations, the jury asking to view that video again. At the heart of the trial, the question of whether Travis and Gregory McMichael, along with William Roddy Bryan Jr., acted in self-defense under a now repealed Georgia citizens arrest law. The prosecution arguing against that notion, saying the three were the aggressors and went after Arbery because he was black, assuming he was a thief, though police say he never took anything. The family of Ahmaud Arbery enduring the trial process from start to finish, hearing and watching Arbery's final moments as they played before a jury. With the verdict now in, they now begin the journey to healing. And today's convictions carry a mandatory life sentence in prison. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Brunswick, Georgia.
And of course, World News Tonight with David Muir. We'll have more coming up right after this newscast. While we're all preparing for Thanksgiving, locally owned shops are getting ready for their holiday, Black Friday. But with a global supply chain crisis, the big day might look a little different this year here in Lincoln. Channel 8's Alexis Koneski has more on what you can expect this year.
Lincoln stores like the Best of Big Red and Forever Faithful down in the Haymarket are preparing for a Black Friday like no other due to current marketing conditions.
But we've had a hard time keeping certain things in stock like corn heads, corn beads. We have some really cute little Husker crop tops that we had over at our boutique that have just flown off the shelves. So it's been difficult, but we've been rolling with the punches.
The Best of Big Red's biggest day of the year might look a little different due to tight inventories and shortages. Some items might be harder to find on their shelves this Black Friday.
Like clear bags, we've had a really hard time keeping those in stock. So some of those things like that you just won't see as much of this season just because it's been so crazy for the last couple months.
And on the other side of the store, Forever Faithful Boutique is seeing the same issues. They have noticed a lot more product on back order, and that's created them to do even more ordering to compensate.
You know, we'll place an order and then the next day we'll get an email that 6 of the t-shirts that we ordered got canceled or something like that. And so it's been a delicate balance.
Even with all of these hurdles, the store is preparing for a busy Black Friday after not really having one last year. They're bringing on extra hands for the big day to cover all their bases and are as stocked as they possibly can be amid the pandemic.
The last couple months have been definitely game changers for us, with football season being back, with college students being back, and just people being out and about in general more than they were last year. I'm really excited to see how this Christmas season plays out.
Reporting in Lincoln, Alexis Ganeski, Channel 8 News.
And the Best of Big Red and Forever Faithful Boutique will be open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. And you can find those same Black Friday sales the following day for Small Business Saturday as well. Well, the governor and First Lady got a head start on volunteering for Thanksgiving.
Thank you very much for doing this.
Oh, my
very
pleasure.
nice of you, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Would you like some potatoes?
It's a long-standing tradition at the People's City Mission. The governor and spouse at the time served meals for the homeless. Governor Ricketts and his wife were there today to serve lunch. Tomorrow's going to be another big day at the mission with a big Thanksgiving feast. All right, let's get a look at your first forecast with me, Chief Meteorologist John Dissauer. Thanksgiving Eve, how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. Although cloudy outside, is making it a little easier for driving. You don't have to worry about the sun blazing into your eyes if you're heading out on the interstates this evening. You take a live look right now from Schoen's Roofing in Beatrice. You can see those cloudy skies that are out there. Traffic moving along just fine there along South 6th Street. Temperatures significantly cooler than yesterday, although still not too bad. We're sitting in the 30s to low 40s as of this hour, and winds continue to gust out of the north upwards of 40 miles per hour. Rest of this evening, 37 degrees by 8, 35 degrees by 10 o'clock. I'll tell you what you can expect for Thanksgiving from a weather standpoint. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, John. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. We'll have the latest live report on that police-involved, officer-involved shooting just south of downtown. We'll be right back.
This season's winning team, Hondas, are made here and save you thousands. With 0%, it's a win-win. Honda.
All right, let's get you updated now on that officer-involved shooting that took place this afternoon near 19th and G. Alexa Skineski has been down there for a few hours. She joins us live now with more. Alexa?
Yeah, guys, there's a lot to go through here, so I'm going to take this one by one here. And I'm also going to step out of the way. You can kind of see there's still a pretty active scene going on, but this is what we learned just a few minutes ago. The Lincoln-Lancaster County Narcotics Task Force came out to this apartment complex. This is near 19th and G Streets around 2:45 this afternoon to follow up on a Crime Stoppers tip. Now, a trooper with NSP who was on that task force noticed a male suspect in his vehicle, and when the trooper approached the vehicle, he noticed the suspect had a handgun. From there, police tell us a struggle ensued, and during that struggle, the NSP investigator fired one shot. That male suspect was rushed to a local hospital where his condition is unknown at this time. We don't know his name, age, or any details at this point. The trooper that fired that shot was placed on administrative leave, and the sheriff's office, Lancaster County Sheriff, says they will be taking over this case because it is considered an officer-involved shooting. Like I said, we just learned about this information minutes ago from NSP and the sheriff's office. So we're going to be following up on this. They say this area is going to be closed off for a while and into the early morning hours of Thanksgiving, and we'll find out more information as time goes on. Reporting in Lincoln, Alexa Skineski, Channel 8 News.
All right, Alexa, thank you so much for the update. Yeah, if you joined us at the top of the newscast where they were right in the middle of their media briefing, so appreciate Alexa joining us live. She'll, of course, have much more live from the scene coming up at 6 o'clock. Moving on now to other news. We all know agriculture is a big part of the country, right? And you can bet supply chain issues are impacting some farmers.
Farmers have a lot to worry about going into the holiday season.
It's not only the shipping delays and the issues that's created, but it could cause a drive down in crop and livestock prices and drive up the cost of farmers' machinery.
Herbicides, fertilizer, livestock feed. Economics professor Ernie Goss says there's all kinds of difficulty getting them to the farm.
Farmers are being squeezed on both the output and the input area, and it's having some, I won't say dire consequences. It's not dire, but it's certainly not good. The farmer could be making a heck of a lot more money right now.
Zach Kennedy, a farmer here in southwest Iowa, says that supply chain issues have affected his business in terms of parts, increasing costs of gas and fertilizer.
Realistically, we're short of parts, chemicals, and then along with that, the inflation that's come along with it. Now, prices are going up, and we're still having a hard time getting some of the things we need to do business.
Kennedy says he's had to wait up to 2 to 3 months to get certain parts for a semi or tractor, putting him in a bind.
The shipping and transportation side of what we do out here has been very backed up. It's hard to get trucks. A lot of our livestock haulers have actually switched to hauling freight because there's backlogs there too. So it's affecting everybody out here, and it's a frustrating deal.
Kennedy says he's had to rethink the way he conducts business, finding ways to stay ahead of this stressful season.
There's some days you can't call your local supplier and get a set of tires for your pickup or a tractor, so you need to be thinking ahead and hope that you don't have an emergency in the meantime. But we're carrying a lot more inventory than we've ever in the past, just so that we've got it if we need it.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer.
A cloudy, blustery day with winds gusting at times 45 miles per hour. Temperatures have been on the fall since about 12:04 in the morning. That's when we hit our high temperature for the day at 57 degrees. Much of the afternoon has been spent in the middle and upper 40s. As we're heading towards the evening hours, the sun has set. Temperatures are dropping down to 42 degrees in Lincoln. It's 42 degrees in Beatrice right now, and now dropping down into the upper 30s to right around 40 degrees out towards the Tri-Cities. Winds still gusting even as of this hour, near 40 miles per hour in Grand Island, Hastings, Aurora, Kearney, as well as up towards Wahoo with 37 mile per hour gusts at the moment. Cloudy skies. You can see radar is trying to pick up on some moisture. It is elevated. It is not reaching the ground. We've got dry air in place behind a cold front. There will be some showers further off to the east and southeast across Missouri and portions of Kansas. So if you're heading down to Kansas City this evening, don't be surprised to run into a few rain showers. And really, as we go through the day tomorrow, much of the country not looking too bad. There will be some showers going through the Ohio River Valley down through the Mississippi River Valley, but that is really about it. Now, for the rest of this evening, we're talking maybe some delays down towards Dallas. In fact, Dallas Love Field right now reporting 25-minute delays, mainly because there's still some some runway construction. And Chicago could see some delays later on this evening as well, maybe because of some rain showers. Not likely to see a whole lot in the way of delays. Things are operating pretty smoothly right now in the skies overhead. For the rest of this evening, we'll see our temperatures dropping pretty quickly. 36 degrees by 10, 33 degrees by midnight. Tomorrow morning will be a cold start, down into low to mid 20s under mostly cloudy skies. In fact, we will probably see a few more clouds than what Stormcast is indicating, but we're likely to see some low stratus clouds initially before skies turn mostly sunny as we head towards the afternoon. Now, by noon, though, temperatures are not going to be very warm. We're going to be sitting right around the freezing mark, and as we head towards the afternoon, we are going to struggle to get out of the upper 30s in Lincoln. We will likely make it up to right around 40 to 42 degrees out towards the Tri-Cities, 38 degrees for a high temperature tomorrow in Beatrice, and the winds will not be nearly as strong. They'll start out of the north initially, shifting around to the south by late afternoon, out 5 to 12 miles per hour sustained. Now, if you're doing some traveling around the region, you can see, again, cooler temperatures, especially from southeast Nebraska and further to the east. Things do start to warm up towards the afternoon. By 2 o'clock, nearly 40 degrees out towards North Platte, 48 degrees in Chadron, and 48 degrees down towards Goodland, Kansas. Late afternoon and into the evening, we'll start to see a little band of clouds moving into the area. So we'll call for partly cloudy skies late Thursday night into Friday morning. And right now, Friday afternoon, again, if you've got some travels around the region, looking pretty nice. We'll see temperatures back up to right into the near 60 degrees by Friday afternoon, and that's going to make for some great conditions for college football for late November. By noon, we'll see a temperature of 50 degrees, mostly sunny by 2 o'clock, 56 degrees, and by 4 o'clock, we're talking 60 degrees for the Iowa-Nebraska game. So a fantastic day to be out at Memorial Stadium. 7-day forecast then shows on Friday, again, a high temperature of 60 degrees. It turns a little windy on Saturday, maybe a passing shower coming in Saturday afternoon. 52 degrees by Sunday, and then as we go into next week, it is anything but the end of November and early December. Temperatures in the middle to upper 50s, even lower to mid 60s, perhaps upper 60s as we head to the second day of December. But don't forget, we're heading towards winter. Mother Nature suggesting we could see cooler temperatures returning to the area by the beginning of the following weekend.
All right. Thank you, John. You may want to check your cupboards. Several popular powdered drink mixes have been recalled. A Country Time lemonade, Tang, and limited Kool-Aid powdered beverages with best when used by dates between May 10th, 2023 and November 1st, 2023. Products are being recalled due to the potential of small pieces of metal or glass. Consumers are advised to return the product or just discard it. And we have more information on our website if you need to learn more. Here's a look at Wall Street today. The Dow down 9.5 points. NASDAQ was up 70. We'll be right back.
Tonight, after the powerful testimonies,
get to the bottom of what happened.
The January 6th investigation has begun. What happens next? Plus, the new mask guidelines. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is the #1 program on all of television.
Isn't it time we thank our eyes for always putting in a full day's work or play, and for connecting us one generation to another? Thank your eyes by enrolling in a VSP Vision Plan. Learn how at VSP.com.
Why wait till Black Friday for big savings? At Ernie's and Ceresco, it's the big November sale. Get break down the door savings on furniture, mattresses,
We're going to have another live report coming up at 6 o'clock on that officer-involved shooting near 19th and G. World News is next.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness News is brought to you by Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Hobbytown is Lincoln's awesome Lego Superstore.